All right, so a few basics for YouTube, and I wanted to start this video talking about the home page, and specifically your home page. You'll notice that I'm logged into my account here. That's why you can see a little mini version of my ugly mug up here. I've added my picture to my profile, and so that's why I don't get the little generic silhouette. The reason why it's important to be logged in, or it's useful to be logged in, is first of all, this will let you subscribe to channels and keep track of those channels, which I'll be talking about in a second. It's only when you're logged into your account that you'll be able to upload your own videos, but you'll also get this customized homepage. And the customized homepage that I'm looking at is based on videos that I've watched in the past, based on channels that I subscribe to. So you'll notice that as I scroll down through here, there's a lot of obviously educational stuff, because in this account, those are the kinds of videos that I have watched. Now, the recommendations, sometimes they're whole channels. So for instance, here's a channel called Prof. Rob Bob. And this is a high school math teacher who has his own channel where he goes through and talks about different math problems and uses that to supplement stuff for his own students. So this is a channel, and as you can see there, it says recommended channel for you. And over here on the right hand side, there's a red subscribe button. So if I decide I want this channel added to my list over here, I can hit that, and I will in just a second. But next to that, you'll see there's a number. That number is how many subscribers he currently has. And it's not always indicative, but you'll notice that when you get to some of the bigger numbers, you know, that these can kind of help you know whether these are good mainstream channels or whether this is some kind of crackpot who's got 3 followers. So I'll show you what happens when I hit that red subscribe button. So now it says I'm subscribed, and I can always hit unsubscribe if I decide I didn't want his channel. And now over here on the left hand side in the navigation, his channel has shown up in my list of subscriptions. Now, before we move on to channels and get into them a little more depth, one thing I wanted to mention about customizing your homepage is you'll notice as I scroll around that you'll see these gray X's. This is your way of telling Google, or YouTube rather, same thing, that you're not interested in these channels or not interested in these videos. Now, some of these are based on my viewing habits, and then they'll also, every time when you refresh the page, they're going to throw in just kind of a random channel just to say, oh, I wonder if he likes this kind of stuff. So as I scroll down through here, you're going to see, I have no idea what this is. Fueled by Ramen, Home to Panic at the Disco. Okay, it is not something that I'm interested in. And so I want to let YouTube know that, so that next time they can maybe get it a little better. So I'm going to click on the X here for not interested, and you'll see it says, got it, we'll tune your recommendations. So they're going to use that information, so from now on in my home page, they're going to kind of steer away from that kind of channel. So when I hit refresh on the browser, you'll see all of the videos are kind of different here. Some of the stuff is in different orders, but that channel that I just said I didn't want, that's gone now. It's not there anymore as a recommendation. I can do the same thing with individual videos because, for instance, up here in the recommended section, there's no big X to take out a whole line. That's because these aren't all from the same channel. And I can see that because right here, underneath the name of a video, that's the provider, that's the channel, if you will. So these are all from different providers, so we can't just get rid of all of them at once. But if there was a video here that I really didn't like and didn't want to see, if it was inappropriate for school, whatever, if I put my mouse over that video, you'll notice that next to the channel name, let me move off of it so you can see what happens, move back on, these 3 little dots show up. And if I click on those 3 little dots, box pops up that says not interested. So I could click on that, and it's the same exact thing. It's me telling YouTube, please don't show me any more videos by this person or like that. Okay, it's not perfect, but over time, if you get in the habit of telling it what you're not interested in, you'll get better, more fine-tuned recommendations. Now, why should you care? Well, there's I can't remember the statistic right now, but it's on the order of 300 hours of video that's uploaded to YouTube globally every minute. So obviously there's a ton of stuff now. Not all that's public, not all of it is in English, so there's a lot of it that wouldn't apply to us anyway. But there's a lot of public video out there that we might be using that's coming into YouTube constantly. So these recommendations can help us find things that otherwise we might never see, or might take us weeks and weeks and weeks to find. So tailoring those recommendations can help us find resources better. Okay, so back to channels. So as I pointed out before, I've got my channels that I'm already subscribed to over here. These shift with me a lot. I'll add stuff, I'll take stuff away, kind of depending on my whim. I wanted to show you, though, how you can find a channel from scratch. So I'm up here in the search bar on my home page, and I'm going to start by typing in the word channel, and I'm going to type a colon, and then I'm going to take a name or a subject or something that I'm looking for and see if there's a channel for it. I'm actually going to pick one that's on the newsletter that this video is in, and I'm going to show you the channel for the Royal Ontario Museum. So by putting the channel colon in there and then doing the search, I told YouTube I was looking for channels. Now in the results, it wasn't just channels that came up. These are all videos, but you'll notice that it knew I was looking for a channel, so it put it right at the top. So there's Royal Ontario Museum. This tells me this is a channel. So if I click on it, what you're going to see is, let me pause that, there is a video playing, but I'm actually on the ROM's channel here. And if I scroll down through their homepage, you can see, first of all, here are uploads. This is a way for you just to see what are they up to most recently. So their most recent upload was 2 weeks ago, and I could scroll through and go back in time and kind of keep seeing what they were uploading. But they can also have their videos organized by category, and they set those categories up themselves. So for instance, here's a collection of videos on Rome, and so on. Here's a collection of videos called Conversations with Archaeologists. Now, I can also go to the Videos tab, and in the Videos tab, I can see everything that they've ever uploaded. By default, it's organized the newest videos to oldest, and I can scroll down and I can keep hitting load more, load more, load more, keep going, okay? And I picked this one to show you because this is an example of a channel that's very active. They've got a lot of content, and they have a lot of content in a lot of different subject areas. Because the Royal Ontario Museum is both a natural history museum and a fine arts museum, they have videos that cover just about every range and every subject that you can think of. Some really good stuff here. Now, as we're looking at their videos, just another thing to note is when we look at a video, we can see, first of all, the name of the video. We get the little thumbnail picture of it. We can see how many people have watched that video, how long ago it was uploaded, and here's one that is important for us in the classroom and planning, how long it is. So in that corner, excuse me, we can see that this particular video is 2 minutes and 8 seconds long. You know, sometimes you're just looking for all I want is an introduction to this concept. I want to keep it under 3 minutes. So being able to see how long a video is sometimes is pretty helpful, and so we don't have to spend a lot of our time weeding through a bunch of results to get to something that could be useful. All right, so if I wanted to subscribe to the Royal Ontario Museum's channel so that I had a record of it over here, I can just hit subscribe. And again, one of the reasons that's useful is now when I come back to my home page, if I know that, yeah, I can go down through here and look at all this stuff, but if I want to see what the Royal Ontario Museum has been up to, if they've uploaded any new content, I can just come into my subscriptions and hit that and come back to their page, and this is going to give me a look at everything that they've got going on. So subscribing to channels is a good way to keep track of resources that you're already using, but also keep track of providers that you might want to use in the future.